Good morning, family, friends, and followers. Day 4 on the Susquehannock Trail. And we are just leaving the Cherry Springs shelter. It is 7:40 a.m. We have our friends still with us here this morning, hopefully for most of the day. Phoenix is in front there with yet to be named Jeff, Roadrunner behind. And they're doing, well, we're all going to do 13 miles today or so to the Ole Bull State Park. And then Java and I are probably going to push on a little bit farther to try to wrap this up tomorrow. So a couple of long days ahead for us, but it was a cool night, cool morning this morning. Probably somewhere around 40 degrees. Maybe a little warmer up here because we camped on top of the hill. But otherwise, it was a beautiful night. Full moon, I think, last night. Somebody said it was it a blood moon, red moon, something? Blood moon, okay. I think we don't have nearly as much elevation as we did yesterday. Yeah, I think we could use a little bit of a break. So, cardiac climb was a good one yesterday. All right, that's it for now. I'll catch up with you shortly. See you down the trail. All right, we're here now at the top. This is the Cherry Springs Lookout. Right there. Big fire tower sitting up there. I mean, we're less than half a mile from where we camped. And there's this old, I'm guessing it's like a keeper's house for the fire tower is what it once was. It looks like it's sort of a shelter now. You could stay on the porch. Actually, they have water up here, which is fantastic. All right, here we are at the what seems to be the bottom of the valley, and it is downright cold down here. It is several degrees at least colder than at the top where we were sleeping last night when we got up. So kind of glad to still have that extra layer on right now. Still had a pretty nice morning so far. Not a lot of climbing at this point, and just kind of a nice, easy, cruisy walk. All right, so not only is there a nice camping spot here, but just up through the woods here is another shelter. Looks very new. Nice little spot. I don't know that there's not a lot of tenting space here. At least not right immediately visible, but Bullock Run. Well, in case you didn't want to stay back there at that shelter, Bullock Run, there's just about a mile farther or so, maybe a little less, is this campsite. There is a house back there. I think it's probably a hunting cabin, so I'm not sure if you can camp here, but there is a really nice space here for several tents, a really big fire ring. This is a great spot right next to this little creek here. Fantastic, really beautiful down here. What a gorgeous day. Cross Fork Footbridge. There's a campsite right back in there. Looks pretty nice. Come up here and be able to see the stream. There's a really nice stream right here next to us. Woo! This is a bouncy bridge. Found ourselves a wood turtle.
I think it's male.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think he's male. Yeah, let me see. Nice. Hi, buddy. How you doing? Very nice.
It's very chill.
Yeah.
I like rock hopping.
All right. All right.
Before you get
didn't grab anything yet, so I'm like, I don't know if I like it. It's wider, not as bouncy.
Saying goodbye to our friends.
Good meeting you.
We are,
Good hiking with you.
Absolutely.
yep, we're parting ways here. We've got, they've got what, 5 miles or so to get to the state park, and then we're going to push on another 4 or so from there. So we got about a little over 9 to go. So yes, I will come over and give a hug and a handshake. But until then, yes, it was great meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Great seeing you again, Phoenix. And yeah, so glad we were able to do this. So yeah, Roadrunners. Yeah, we had a little.
You'll see him on the video.
Yeah, we'll have to say goodbye at another time. So all right, well, thank you guys. We'll talk to you later.
Coming out.
All right, we're on the never-ending trail to get down the hill into Olibool. Oh, we might be very close now. There's a bench. Yeah, that was a really long downhill, and we'll have to figure out if we're going up or down from here. I don't see any blazes. And we've made it into Olibool State Park. There's, I guess you can register to camp here.
It looks like there's a log building right over across the
All right. Trail goes across this bridge. Pretty sure that big mountain there on the other side of those trees is what we're heading up next. Bathhouse is right over there. There's a water spigot right out in front. There's a shower house somewhere around here too, but we are not staying here, so we're not going to go find it and look for it. But we were able to empty our trash right here behind us at the dumpster. I think that's the park office right over there. And I believe the trail is down that way. I thought it was right up here. All right, we're gonna find the trail.
onto the road.
I believe it's right up here. Trail. There is a sign, a little hidden by the trees there, but this is us. And I'm not sure how far this climb is, but I remember it being fun the last time. Just after mile 28, we made it to the top. Ooh, I'll slow our roll a little bit now. That was probably what, close to 2 miles of just a long drawn out hill. Some switchbacks in there, but there is a campsite right at the top there. If you felt so inclined to stop and go no farther. We made it to the top of the next hill. Holy crap.
Unexpected.
That was unexpected.
Hard.
Yeah, that was just as hard as the climb.
Cardiac?
Well, worse than cardiac, I think, but
Do you?
but harder than the climb out of Olibool, just because one, it was unexpected, but Olibool had switchbacks. That did not. And there it is. I've got just over 19.25 miles for us for the day, which is more than what we're going to do, and we'll explain that later during our wrap up. But this is it for the night. This should roughly give us 18.5 or so tomorrow to finish this up. That's about what my guess. So, all right, we are at the Spook Hollow shelter. Ooh. Okay, here we are with the wrap up for day 4 on the Susquehannock Trail. It was today was a long day. So we did 19.25 miles. What did I just say? 2,700?
Is that what it was?
I think it was somewhere around 2,700 feet of ascent, I believe. Wouldn't be surprised if it was more than that, honestly.
It felt like more.
So yeah, go ahead.
Well, so the morning we woke up and started out with our friends.
Yep, Phoenix,
Roadrunner,
and Jeff.
And it was cruisy. It was flat.
Yeah.
It was a great trail.
It was logging roads, so it was easy grade.
Yeah.
And about 10 miles in or so, it was noon, and we decided to stop for lunch. But that was about the point when we figured we were probably going to break off anyway, because we were going to do more miles than they were today, so that we could finish tomorrow. So at any rate, so that's what we did. So we had lunch, although we did not get to see Roadrunner before we left, unfortunately. So, yes. But in the meantime, before lunch, we had a little mishap. Basically we made a wrong turn. So it is a little confusing. I'm not sure what the mile marker is, but I do know it's about 7 miles out of Ole Bull State Park. That's all I know, because there's a sign there that says 7 miles to the state park. So the sign is down off the road, off to the left, and we saw the sign.
We saw the sign, but the thing is that there's so many other connecting trails out here that my thought was, okay, that's one of those connecting trails.
Right.
And so we stay on the road because there was an orange blaze up on the road. So that's what we did. We went on the road.
There was a blaze on the signpost.
Correct.
We couldn't see any farther down that trail.
Correct.
And there were more leading us up the road.
Yes. So we just went up the road because it's so, other than that, this trail has been pretty well blazed.
Oh, very well. Yeah, very well blazed.
So anyway.
Right. So, go ahead.
No, so we got off the trail. We got off the road. The blazes took us off trail.
Probably about a half a mile or so down the road.
Correct. And then kind of went through this very nicely mown goldenrod kind of
field, meadow.
Beautiful. It was, it was just very lovely
next
right next to the
stream.
creek.
Yeah.
So we're like, okay, this is great.
It was
kind
beautiful.
of trundling along.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, there's a road ahead. All right, great. And we get to the get to the top, and Jeff's like, it's the same road. And we're like, what?
Yeah.
So we just we just did a circle.
Complete circle.
We did a loop, and we came right back out where we started.
Right back to that trail.
So,
sign.
Yeah. Anyway, so
what we're figuring.
There are two trails.
Yeah.
That are both Susquehannock.
Well, yeah, they're both marked with orange.
They're both marked orange.
Yes.
Yes. So one must be, as you guys figured out, like the high.
We think that's a high water route because it's down next to the creek there, and it would easily get flooded down there.
But then there should be a different blaze.
There should be a different color.
Up on the road should be blue blazes, not orange blazes.
Right.
Anyway,
yeah.
So
So we very diligently went back down the road again.
Yes. And then we obviously then went in the right direction.
And then when we got down to where we figured we had made the turn back towards made the circle, we were more careful about looking farther deep, down the trail, the correct trail. Yeah. Down the logging road or whatever it was. Yeah. Anyway, so we figured it out. But we did
another,
an extra mile plus.
Mile 0.2 or something like that,
something
perhaps.
Like that, yeah.
I don't know, already long day.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yep.
But it was flat. At least so we weren't climbing up and then,
right.
having to climb back up again. It was a beautiful little detour.
So if it's not rain, flooded out, definitely go down that way because it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the goldenrods, the fields, the stream, everything down there was really nice. Yeah. So highly recommend that.
But back to lunch. So we had a quick lunch. At mile 10
with Phoenix and Jeff.
Yes. And then we just kind of were like, we gotta go. We gotta, we like to be in camp between around 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we still had, at that point in time, 9 plus miles to go. And we were like, all right, we gotta go.
Yeah.
So.
And we knew there was we knew there was a climb ahead, at least a climb. So
a monster climb.
Yeah, big climb.
Yes.
Yep. So, so we cruised, I'll say, into Ole Bull, which was nice. And we took a break there, sat down, got some water.
Filled up with water because we weren't sure.
We weren't sure what we were going to get when we got here.
Right.
And then we hit the big climb out of there. That's the one we knew about.
Yes.
That was big.
It was forever.
Really long switchbacks.
Yes.
But...
And then kind of wound around along, just below other ridges and things like that.
Right.
So,
Yeah, and we got to the top of that. And shortly after, I mean, I don't know, maybe 50 yards or so across the top, we head right back down the other side.
Which was fine. It wasn't steep or anything like that. Once again, it was the similar grade as the up.
Right.
And we didn't go down that as far either.
Well, that time, that's when we went all the way down to the bottom.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's when we went all the way to the bottom. And honestly, we very well could have looked ahead at Far Out when we were with Phoenix. We have the book, so we could have looked at elevation there. We just didn't. And after we got to the bottom, there was another monster hill. Yeah, it was
steep. It was
really,
steep.
really steep
and fairly long. It was long enough. Yeah.
Yep. And so
we just weren't expecting it.
Yeah, it was just out of the blue.
It was like mile 18, and we're like, what?
And
it
also wasn't maintained real well. It wasn't very clean. At all. I mean, there was a lot of brambles and a lot of stinging nettle and stuff like that around. So that just made it annoying. Yeah. On top of the unexpected, steep hill that we had to climb, and it was long. Yeah, like you said, it was a long hill.
It was longer.
Yeah.
It was like this is like never ending.
But and it put us out basically, I don't know, quarter mile from the shelter here. By the time we got to the top, we were all but here. So which was nice because we were exhausted and we were ready to be done. But yeah, so we just came down the path and got to the shelter here. And so tomorrow, we did not plan on doing this in 5 days. It's a lot to do in 5 days. I will say that. I would not necessarily recommend doing it in 5 days. 6 would be good. 7 is better.
Depends upon your travel time, like how far away you live from the trail as well. That's true. But yeah, 6 days I think is fair.
6 days is a good, good round number or a good number for that. So, but yeah, we're pushing tomorrow to finish up, just because we have some family stuff coming up here. So we're going to try to finish tomorrow. Well, we will finish tomorrow. We're not exactly sure what the mile marker we're at is right now. I'll put it, you'll find out later. Somewhere around 18.5 miles, I think, is
that
what
we have remaining.
We have remaining, yeah. Somewhere in that range. So, we'll know when we get there tomorrow. So. And yet we haven't yet looked at what the elevation looks like tomorrow, but we remember parts of it. we know that there's
one big climb.
Yeah, we know that there's at least one big climb. It's a pretty one. I mean, it's up a power line easement, but we did see some. We saw an elk there last year. There's a really nice shelter at the end of that climb. There was a nice meadow out there. I remember the last time, and a stream. And then hopefully,
but it'd be great if we have some cruising tomorrow.
We'll just be we're fingers crossed we'll be able to cruise into town.
Hopefully we paid our dues this afternoon.
Yeah, we'll see a
little bit.
But so you might find that out early tomorrow morning. Anyway, all right, I think that's it for today.
Yeah, we saw a wood turtle.
Yeah, we saw the wood turtle,
which was really exciting because they're very difficult to find anywhere.
Yeah. And he was large. Yeah,
he was a big one. He was sweet.
Yeah, that was awesome.
But the only other time that I've seen a wood turtle is on this trail.
On the last time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
When we happened to see a wood turtle, and then probably 10 yards away was a porcupine.
That was in 2020.
Yeah. And we were just back and forth.
Like,
which one do we look at? The turtle's not going to go very far, very fast. So let's look at the porcupine because he was running up the tree.
Yeah,
so
it was.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
That'd be cool to see a porcupine.
Yeah.
Has been a lot of movement though at all.
No, not much. No. At all. So right now.
Which is surprising because it's cool enough that you'd think that things would
be out and about.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
anyway.
So. All right. Well, that's it for day 4. We will see you tomorrow on the last day, day 5. Have a good night.
Night.